Unfortunately, Robin Williams passed away recently, and something that a quote that a lot of people saw, I don't have it verbatim, was about how comedians, some of the funniest comedians, usually have a dark secret that they hide.
Yes.
And they are funny because they're trying to suppress whatever it is. So I'm going to lead me into my next question now, which is about your failed marriage.
Yeah.
I know you granted an interview where, or I think I saw, I don't know if it was you, because I mean, we read so many things now, I don't know which is true or not, and they said you blamed bloggers and said something about, I hope they're happy now your marriage has failed. But it looks like you've never really talked about it. What happened with your marriage, and why did it end so quickly?
What I said was we had an event, a show, and already there were rumors flying. People were calling me, and they would say, "Are you all right?" I'll be like, "Yeah."
And nothing had happened at the time.
Something had happened.
Okay.
But I decided to keep it to myself. Something happened in May, 2 weeks after my wedding.
What is this something?
The marriage ended. That's it.
But why did marriage end so quickly now? Let's go to that.
That's like, at first it was, I don't know, it's like a mystery. Because, it was based on the fact that individual differences came up. And then after the 2 weeks when the marriage ended, I didn't think it was something of joy for me to be announcing to everybody. And then my family and the guy's family, believed that we could all make it work. So we started trying to see, and then I think around, is it July, things came back, wasn't too smooth, but we're all determined to make it work. And that's the most important thing. But when everything finally ended, it was really very painful, and all that. But I didn't tell nobody. But already when I go, I discovered that people in London even get to hear things before people in Lagos. I was in London because I was not feeling too well and I had to leave the country. And then, people started coming to my place and, I'm like, I'm okay. So December 26th, I decided, okay, fine. The marriage ended in May, blah, blah, blah. Now it's time to just let the cat out of the bag. And, before, I was hearing so many things. I was pregnant twice in a year, according to, some bloggers and all that. Really, that wasn't really funny.
But
so all I said was, it was a joke. It was meant to be.
Hope you're happy now.
No, it was meant to let the story land softly. The marriage has ended. And I saw people pressing their phones immediately. I'm like, who are you talking to? Are you trying to tell Leader Ikeji or something? Anyway, you bloggers, people were saying so many things on the day of the wedding. I didn't know, but the honeymoon, we had gone to somebody directed us to go to the internet, and that's where most of the problems are. There were so many terrible things written about me, written about the guy, and then you see there's just so much pressure each person can take.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, people write stuff. But then the guy was like, are you kidding me?
So you're saying most of the marriage failed?
No, I'm saying it was due to irreconcilable differences. But then the negative media contributed to it.
Did you date him?
Yes.
For how long?
For some months.
And you didn't notice any of these things until 2 weeks after?
No.
I'm not judging here. I'm just trying to understand.
No. I didn't. And I think that's because we're all humans. I mean, I've seen people date for 10 years and then the marriage didn't even go far. And I've seen people date for 1 month and it went far. So that's why I keep saying, but I really don't think there's anybody that will get married with the intention of like, oh, let this marriage fail. Do you understand?
Because you seemed very happy on your wedding day.
No,
I saw the pictures.
I was very happy. I was very happy. And then a lot of people even talked about the wedding picture, that the guy was frowning. He wasn't happy. Even in the hall. And I would tell him, I would say, sweetheart, smile. And he'll be like, why am I smiling? There are too many people here, too many. And at a point, I that's why I couldn't go and say, oh, my marriage ended because of, I couldn't blame anybody. I couldn't blame him it was irreconcilable difference. And that's it. This guy is not like we. You need to be dating someone. You know the way our work is. Once the media gets a whiff of it, but then the media didn't even see me dating anybody. Some of them were already even on my wedding picture saying, oh, finally she got married. I thought she was a lesbian. Look, a guy can just take, I don't know, but we have our limits. And I know that the negative media contributed to it. Because there were times that he would come home and tell me, a day he came home and said, did I see what was on Facebook? I said, no. He said that they wrote there I was pregnant and he put an EDD there. He was really upset. And this was like the third time they said I was pregnant like in March, that was why I was marrying the guy. Of course, it will upset anybody. And then in like July, August, they said I was pregnant again. So I'm like, how many times am I going to get pregnant in a year and all that? So apparently what happened was, on my wedding day, I don't wear gowns. So Franco Shodi made this lovely gown and taught me how to wear it. But on the wedding day, I don't know what went wrong. I didn't wear it well, the way it should be worn. So there's something you put on that. What do they call that thing? Frank, if you're watching this, I'm really so sorry. I didn't put it in the right place. So apparently when you see the wedding pictures, the thing was supposed to, Frank Judy said the skeleton, what did they call it? It was supposed to make the gown like flay and all that. I mean, I wore it the wrong way. And then people saw it and said, oh, she's getting married because she's pregnant. And he came home that day, I can't forget, and said, did you see what's on Facebook? And I said, sweetheart.
So basically, a lot of the pressure
it was too much.
The attention got to him, is what you're saying.
The negative, because some people were really, truly happy. They would send me messages, they would call us, oh, is it true you got married? Oh my God, can you put your phone on speaker and start praying and all that? And some people would hear and call and say, are you serious? Who is this guy? And some people say, who is this? And our phones, especially me, mine one used to be on speaker. I'll say, just listen. And they'll say, princess, blah, blah, blah. Or they'll call him and start. But I told him, I said,
2 weeks is a short time, though.
It's very short. I was scared. It was our honeymoon. It was our honeymoon. And it wasn't funny, Ebuka. I can't tell you that. To me, it was like, I was like, that kind of thing. I beg. No, not joke. It's just joking. Then the second day,
it became reality.
It became reality. Then I'm like, no. So when I called my father-in-law was that. And my father-in-law, if everybody had the kind of father-in-law that I had, forget. It was like, are you? No, don't tell anybody. We just called you. What is going on? When we had the meeting, my father-in-law went, looked at both of us and like, what happened? I would talk, my husband would talk, and he would be like, who calls you people? Somebody, we heard something, somebody said, my father-in-law was just, the man was so nice and everything.
It's a very unfortunate situation. I mean, I think we all wished you well, but we need to go now.
After the whole thing, now I've been seeing so many things, and I won't tell people, as in we're Nigerians, please, we're just Nigerians. We want to copy a lot of things from other countries, but fine. I think we should take the positive aspect. We don't need to celebrate negative stuff all the time. So if you read something about my wedding, you know me, that
call me or find out personally from me.
So don't say you read something, so I granted it. No, I don't have time for that. Okay. I just want to be happy. Very good to know. Let's focus on your comedy now. Before we just go, finally, just a final question now. What's in store for you in the coming months? Well, I've been in school.
Okay.
So I've been, because I found out that we had to go out of the country a lot of times to countries where they don't speak English. So I decided to take up a course in French.
So you speak French now?
Un peu.
Comme ça.
So, what do you mean?
I don't know what that means.
Are you serious? Comme ça, like this, like that.
Okay.
So
yes, that's more.
So, because I just wanted to do something that's if we're asked to represent Nigeria in those countries again,
so you can also.
So I can do better than I did the last time.
So
and
empowering
also,
yourself.
Yes, and I've been working on some new stuff for TV, and working on some new episodes for also TA's own program. I'm trying to do my own TV, not a talk show anymore. But,
no problems. Thank you very much, Princess. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
I wish we had like a whole other hour so that we can
That's
discuss
it. Why would you call a comedian and give me how many? Give me 1 hour.
I forgot people like to talk.
If we don't talk, we won't be comedians.
But we have to go there. Thanks for being here today, and all the best.
Thank you for having me.
All the best in the future for you.
Thank you. But we can get married,
Okay. That's a whole other room where you want to start now. Well, you can join the conversation on Twitter. YNigerTV is the handle. The hashtag is Rubbin Minds. You can also visit the website yniger.com/TV. Remember, you've never seen young people talk like this before. I'll see you next week.